Thank you very much. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. صلى الله على النبي.
My name is Lubna Mohammed, Resource around here.
Making this formal presentation of the support, please let's put our hands together for them. We all know what it means when you assign a former IGP to conduct an investigation. And we also know
my esteemed committee members, especially the technical committee who has worked on this report, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, other officials of government, gentlemen of the press, good afternoon. On behalf of the entire committee of the Transition Committee, it is with great pleasure that I submit this final report of the Zamfara Transition Committee to the Executive Governor. We are pleased to be given the opportunity to serve and to provide necessary recommendation and implementation strategies for the new administration in the state. The committee has worked in phases in order to respond to the demands of the terms of reference and provide a factual picture of the situation in the ministries and agencies of government in the state. Since its inauguration on 2nd May 2023, the committee worked in two phases with the subcommittees and the main committee, which produced an interim report that was submitted to the then governor-elect. In preparing this report, the technical committee members met numerous times to discuss and went through hundreds of pages of handing over notes submitted by the outgoing administration's transition committee and other sources of information, including various meetings with ministries, MDS, and agencies of government in the state. Actually, Your Excellency, we made 28 ministries and 111 agencies of government. Each member of the committee has contributed greatly to the production of this report through commitment, hard work, sacrifice. Members also built on their experience, knowledge, and expertise in providing critical recommendation and implementation strategies in each of the sectors identified. The final report is made of 8 volumes, dealing with different sectors of the Zamfara State administration, and is intended to provide some useful insight into the administration of the state and make critical observation on serious challenges facing the administration. The committee has put forward some very critical recommendations and implementation strategies to assist the new administration in its mission to rescue and rebuild the state. Financial situation of the state will be the most significant and challenging issue that will militate against the implementation capacity of the new administration. Consequently, the new administration must put in place a holistic approach and strategy to explore all sources of revenue in the state. While transparency and accountability should be respected at all levels of governance. The bulk of this committee's report is based on the following sectors: administrative sector, economic sector, social sector, and the environmental sector. On personal note, it is a great privilege to chair the Zamfara State Transmission Committee 2023 team and to work closely with main and technical committee members to produce this report. The diligent and effective members of the technical committee that work tirelessly day and night to produce this report was responsible for the for the successful completion of this report. I look forward to working with them, these great colleagues of mine and brothers and sisters, in the nearest future. Your Excellency, we have the main report that we will hand over to you, and there is one very small report that we think is more important. After reading the main report, we call it Brief on Vital Issues. On this small booklet, there are issues that has to do with the challenges of this state, whether financially or otherwise. Through our interview with the ministries and agencies of government, has opened a very new chapter in the state. Your Excellency, you need God guidance, and we shall continue to pray for you. Thank you very much.
From the interim report earlier submitted by your committee, we saw and were left in no doubt that the resources of the state were mismanaged, glaringly showing the reason why the quest for development and growth by our people was never realized. The brazen manner in which public finances were deployed and misused by the past government is what has produced apathy on the part of the people and misappropriation by government officials. There was no match between the huge level of resources that have accrued to Zamfara in the last 4 years and the sorry state of development in the state. Our dear state continued to be ranked the last of all the 36 in the country in the most, if not all, the quality of life indices. With this foundation you have developed, we will change that, inshallah. We really have to break away from this sorry narrative and change the paradigm on governance, accountability, and responsibility in this state for our dear state to be able to compete among the Committee of States. Mr. Chairman, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it was from the interim report of the Transition Committee that we firm up the idea of shrinking unnecessary bureaucracy by shedding the weight of government from about 28 ministries to 16, while many other departments and agencies of government created merely to serve selfish political visionary ends are being reviewed to ensure that only those that are necessary in the delivery of public goods and services will be left. Our major objective of this is to cut down on expenditure of government that do not have any bearing with the needs of our people, so that resources can be saved for the purpose of the provision of basic social infrastructure that will support life and activity in our state and produce efficient, sound, capable manpower that can compete in both national and international markets. Our government will run a 16-ministry structure, while we shall have 18 commissioners as members of the Executive Council. There will be 2 commissioners in the governor's office that will contribute in the attainment of this rescue agenda of the administration. I wish to assure this committee, its leadership, members, and entire people of Zamfara State that government will immediately study the reports in detail and come up with guidelines and action to realize the objective of the recommendation contained therein. I trust that the committee has worked tirelessly to unearth the true situation of the state. We are committed as government to see to the implementation of the report. Let me in conclusion pay tribute to the chairman of the committee, IGP MD Abakar, for the sacrifice and love shown to the state and our government. May the Almighty Allah reward you abundantly for this job well done, while assuring you of our highest regard that at all times we will request your continued support, advice, and time when we come knocking. To the Secretary and members of the committee who have worked day and night to get to this position, Zamfara is indeed grateful to your commitment and the hunger to see the state out of its roots. I assure you that together we should deliver on the need of our state and our people. There is no alternative to our drive to rescue and remake Zamfara. This is our mission, and surely, inshallah, we should change the state for the better. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you for all the efforts you put in place towards producing this support. And I'm sure, I have no doubt in my mind, you did everything in the interest of our dear state. Zamfara need to be rescued. You have seen what happened. It is not a hearsay. It was a reality. This cannot continue. We made promises to people, and inshallah, we will deliver on those promises. I will not end here without still appealing to you to continue to give this administration the support as well as advices on how we can move forward. We are ever ready. You can criticize constructive criticisms. Forget about politics. It is not time for politics now. It is time to come together as responsible people to change the narratives about Zamfara. And I strongly believe with the caliber of people in this room, together Zamfara will be reborn, inshallah. I thank you. In fact, I cannot thank you enough, sir. We remain grateful. Anywhere we mention MD Abakar and this technical committee, even people that don't like us, they know we have selected the best. Therefore, sir, on behalf of the government of Zamfara State and the entire people of Zamfara, we thank you and the entire committee for the sacrifices you made toward producing this code. And as I said earlier, we will make sure the recommendations are fully implemented. Thank you.